Hey! Hi! How you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Overwatch's #1 biggest critic here to bash your favorite video game once again. I swear, I'm one of the very few people on this website, on this platform, that actually criticize this game. I'm one of the only ones who point out the glaring flaws and issues with this game that everyone gives shit to other video games for, but Overwatch gets a free pass. And honestly, the gaming community has got to stop this. We have to stop this. We can't keep letting Overwatch get away with bullshit. We can't keep letting Activision Blizzard get away with bullshit. It's really odd, because Destiny seems to be the only IP, the only franchise, the only big blockbuster AAA first-person shooter franchise from Activision that no one lets get away with bullshit is Destiny, yet Call of Duty and Overwatch get a free pass. Sure, the Call of Duty community complains to Activision, and Activision continues to ignore them, but that's a video for another time. We're talking about this multiplayer first-person shooter, Overwatch. Look, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Despite all my criticisms of Overwatch, I do like the game. It is a good game. But the developer, Blizzard, is actively sabotaging any chance of me becoming a hardcore fan of this IP, of this franchise. And it doesn't help that the fan base of this game is more concerned with frivolous, vain bullshit than the actual quality and value of the game. Now, I'm going to talk about the most immediate and primary reason I'm making this video, and that's the Overwatch Retribution event, which not only brings back the Overwatch Uprising PvE game mode from last year, but adds a new PvE co-op story mission in Retribution. And Retribution, just like Uprising, is so much fun. It's so well made. Just like Uprising, it is some of the most fun I am having with Overwatch. Of course, admittedly, that falls in line with my personal bias and preference of preferring PvE over PvP. So of course, I'm going to prefer the player versus AI experience over the player versus player experience in any video game. But even if I remove my biases, I remove my subjectivity, we can admit objectively, Retribution is well made, just as Uprising was well made. It has entertainment value, there's replayability to it. It's good content. It is good, solid content. And once again, just like last year, after a couple weeks, they're going to remove this piece of content. So it seems the schedule and the plan Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, have for Overwatch in terms of this PvE content is to have it available for a couple weeks every April, take it out, have us wait another year to play this content, and add one new PvE story co-op mission every year. Now, if you look at this, you analyze this at face value, I'm sure many of you are thinking, well, there's nothing wrong with that, that's cool, every year we get a new PvE story co-op mission in the same vein, in the same style of Uprising and Retribution. And that is cool, that is nice, getting something new and unique from Overwatch in terms of PvE content every year, yeah. But you're missing out on the part where they remove the bloody content. They take content out of the game. They have it playable only for a couple of weeks. That is not pro-consumer. That is anti-consumer. Adding and then removing large chunks of content from your game is never pro-consumer. It was bullshit last year in 2017 when they did this with Uprising. Why there wasn't outrage from the gaming community over this, I do not know, and it's bullshit now. And what's even more bullshit is that other video games with the live service model are adopting this tactic. Example, Rainbow Six Siege Outbreak. And despite, and I would argue this, Rainbow Six Siege being more pro-consumer, Ubisoft still implemented and emulated the style of what Overwatch did with Uprising, spending a hefty amount of time and effort developing a PvE game mode and having it only be available for limited time, alongside limited time cosmetics. This is not a good trend. I don't want this catching on with all my live service games. Limited time content is bullshit. I'm okay with limited time cosmetics. As a businessman, I understand the need and the appeal for limited time cosmetics. It's easy money. I can't fault these companies, I can't fault these businesses for limited time cosmetics. It's essentially free money, because you're gonna have those people that don't want to grind for them, they want those cosmetics now before they're gone. Is that a pro-consumer business practice? Hell no. As a businessman, do I understand that that practice practically prints money and is very appealing? Yes, absolutely. But what I don't comprehend, what I don't understand, and even if I did, I would not accept it, is spending all this time, money, and effort implementing a new game mode. A new quality piece of content which adds replay value and just overall value to your product. An expansion and extension of the already available product. You have it only available for a limited time, and then you remove it and have this yearly cycle of adding it back in and removing it, instead of just having consumers buy it and own it, or just implementing it into the game for free and just leaving it there, which is immensely pro-consumer. But nah, screw giving your players, your customers, your fans variety and different options in how to play and enjoy your game. Nah. When it comes to Blizzard, you play their games their way, or it's the highway. Actually, no, correction, they only do that specifically when it comes to Overwatch. Oh, and World of Warcraft, of course.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
No. And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
Oddly enough, however, when it came to their earlier games, like StarCraft, Diablo, Warcraft, their older original games that put them on the map had single-player campaigns that had the actual story and lore of the games in the games, not exclusively in trailers and comic books like with Overwatch. And there were also extensive options for both co-op and PvP multiplayer. Oh yeah, and full mod support. Seriously, if you compare Overwatch to Blizzard's previous games, it is a downgrade in almost every single way. And yet the fanboys still defend it. Do you realize what you're defending? You're defending less value in your games. You're defending less content. You're defending having content removed, limited time content. You're defending not having single-player campaigns in story in your full-price AAA video games. And you're defending, quite frankly, not giving a shit or half-assing PvE content. Yes, the evidence and the numbers point to there being far more gamers that prefer PvP over PvE, but there is still a sizable portion of gamers like myself who prefer PvE over PvP. And quite frankly, when it comes to Overwatch, us PvE gamers are being really mistreated. The game, Overwatch, has been out for almost around about 2 years now, and in that time, not even half of the roster of heroes and playable characters have been added in or available as bots. Yet other video game developers, with far less money and resources than Activision Blizzard, are able to release their video games, whether they're first-person shooters, hero shooters, MOBAs, fighting games. They're able to release their games with all playable characters or heroes or whatever with full AI and bot support. Overwatch is the most popular, with the biggest budget, and yet, unlike video games like Battleborn, Paladins, the free-to-play MOBA that's about to be shut down, Paragon, For Honor, Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and going all the way back to 2015 with Evolve. You guys remember Evolve? I remember Evolve. I love Evolve. All those games and so many more. Full bot support, full AI support, all their heroes, all their playable characters available as bots, as AI. Fully fleshed out PvE content. Do you want to play solo? You want to play single player? Or do you want to play strictly co-op with your friends? You have the option. And some of these games are free to play, or around the same full AAA price tag, $60 or even less than Overwatch. The PvE in Overwatch, without Retribution and Uprising, is pitiful. With Retribution and Uprising, it's exactly what gamers like me want from Overwatch. The advertisements for Overwatch over and over and over again proclaim for you to feel and be like a superhero. That doesn't happen in PvP, especially when you pick up the game for the first time as a noob. But when it comes to the PvE, the player versus AI game modes offered in Uprising and in the most recent Retribution, You feel like a superhero. You're taking out hordes of bad guys as a team, using colorful weapons and superpowers. Uprising and Retribution is the Overwatch I want to play when I watch the advertisements for Overwatch. I want to play your game, Blizzard. I want to have fun with your game. But with the way you're handling things, I can't play and enjoy Overwatch whenever I want, when I want. I can't play and enjoy this content that you obviously put hard work into when I want, whenever I want. I'm only allowed to play this for 20 days, once a month, once a year, and I gotta wait whole years in between to play and enjoy Overwatch the way I want to play and enjoy Overwatch. This is so anti-consumer, it completely disrespects and doesn't even consider the player's time, your time. You have to drop everything else you're doing and play Overwatch in this short period of time once a month, else it's gone for a year. God forbid you have other stuff to do during the time period Overwatch is having this event. God forbid you want to play something else. But you better play Overwatch, you better play this limited time event before it's gone. Yeah, fuck games like Titanfall 2 that add their PvE co-op horde modes in for free and then never take them out and I can play and enjoy them whenever I want to. Fuck the personal convenience of your consumers, right? Activision Blizzard has it all right. Why add more value to your product when you can just rip it out? Fuck story, fuck character development, fuck world building and lore. Who wants any of that? Ugh, it just boggles my mind. It boggles my mind how people defend this. Just leave Retribution and Uprising in the game, Blizzard. Just leave it in the game. Let your players, let your customers play your game when they want to play it, how they want to play it, as long as it doesn't infringe on the fun of your other players and customers playing the game when it comes to PvP multiplayer. Why do you have to be a special snowflake, Blizzard? What happened to you guys, man? You guys used to be cool. You guys all remember when StarCraft II Wings of Liberty first released? How it blew everybody away with its quality and quantity of content, the amount of features and options and customization you could play the game how you wanted to play it. On top of that, everything in the game was yours. Everything you paid for was yours. And it was worth the money. Now Blizzard is implementing loot box gambling progression systems. And the fanboys make excuses for them. Now they're not even bothering with story-rich single-player campaigns, but still ask you for the full AAA price tag, and the fanboys defend them. And now Blizzard is adding and then removing, within a short period of time, quality content. When it comes to Blizzard, you don't own your games anymore. You don't own what you pay for. You only get to play what Blizzard says you can play, and when you can play it. And the fanboys still defend this bullshit. It's bullshit. Stop making excuses for Overwatch. You don't make excuses for other AAA video games. You don't make excuses for Activision when it comes to Call of Duty and Destiny. You don't make excuses for EA. You don't make excuses for Ubisoft. You don't make excuses for 2K and Square Enix and Konami. You don't make excuses for them. Don't make excuses for Blizzard, because you're making excuses for Blizzard. These basic features and options and content that is available in other games that you should expect out of your full-price AAA video games. When other video games are lacking these features, you don't give them excuses, you call them out on their bullshit. But Blizzard gets a free pass? No, stop it. What Activision Blizzard is doing with Overwatch is bullshit. And we can't keep letting them get away with bullshit, because it sets a dangerous precedent for other video game developers and publishers. We're already seeing this happen with Ubisoft, with Rainbow Six Siege, and their Outbreak update. There was no reason, zero excuses to remove Rainbow Six Siege's new Outbreak game mode, its zombie PvE mode. There was no reason to make it limited time, but because Overwatch has been getting away with it, other video game publishers and developers now think, hey, we can do this limited time event bullshit too. We can now add and take away content whenever we want, because Overwatch can do it. Then I guess we can too. Don't be complacent. Where is Jim Sterling? Where is Young Ye? Making dozens of copy-paste videos over and over again when it comes to Overwatch. Oh, and let's not even get into Overwatch competitive and Overwatch esports, and just how toxic and even Orwellian it is.
Overwatch League news, we're all excited. So the contractual rulebook for team members has been leaked, and a lot of the stipulations are absolute nonsense. The first thing Overwatch League players are not allowed to have is opinions on anything. You may not endorse drinking, drugs, weed, porn, gambling, illegal activity, or political candidates, or say anything that would make people think that you possibly don't absolutely hate drinking, drugs, weed, porn, gambling, illegal activity, or political candidates. Basically, delete all of your social media and only tweet out dates and times for your competitions. Your human existence on the internet? Oh, you've signed that shit away. Think that's too bold of a conclusion? As an Overwatch League player, you are also not allowed to recommend or even publicly tell people you like games that are not affiliated with Activision Blizzard. If you tweet about how fun Kingdom Hearts is, you're fired, or probably fined $1,000 while they tell you to take down your offensive tweet.
We can't let Overwatch keep getting away with bullshit. So I offer you a challenge, gamers. I offer you a challenge, gaming community. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong when I say that you're all bark and no bite. I challenge you to prove me wrong. And before I finish up this video, let me end it by saying, once again, so that there is no confusion, I'm not saying Overwatch is a bad video game. I'm not saying I hate Overwatch. I like Overwatch. I enjoy it when Blizzard lets me enjoy it. But there are glaring issues and flaws with this game and with its developer that people are either ignoring or making excuses for. And if no one else is going to call out Overwatch, going to call out Blizzard for their bullshit, I guess I'm going to have to be the guy, the one guy that does so. I've got to be that guy, since no one else is being that guy. Anyways, that has been a video. I hope you liked the video. If you indeed liked the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure that like button, hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved in the video. If you hit the like button, please leave your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section down below. I love reading comments. Get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. If you want to help out and support this video, then please share it on social media, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's always Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's been a video, and I'll see you all later.